Jenna Garcia, happy birthday.
What is my favorite thing? What is my favorite thing about Jenna?
Smile after.
You're one of the most real and genuine and nice and beautiful and talented and inclusive people I've ever met.
How genuinely sweet she is. She's such a good friend to everyone, and she's always the one that is including everyone and talking nice about everyone, and she just always makes everyone that's around her feel super good about themselves.
That she can make herself laugh.
She is hilarious and always makes people feel happy when she's around.
I'd say Jenna's extra groovy.
Literally like one of my favorite people that I've ever met, and I am so glad that Jerusalem has brought you to me.
Whenever she's around, whenever she comes to something or you bring her somewhere, she makes everyone present much happier. She brightens the room with her smile and her laughs and her jokes. It's a privilege to have a friend like Jenna.
You're a wonderful gift of esteeming everyone as your equal. I noticed that a lot in Jerusalem, that if there was anyone that maybe didn't have very many friends or was just kind of like sitting alone, that you would put your arm around them and just help them to feel loved, and you'd help them to feel like someone cared, and that they had someone to laugh with, which I always thought was really sweet and really inspiring.
I think that you are one of the people that I have the most fun with, because I think that you bring out like the adventure, fun, weird side in everybody, and that's a gift.
She loves things so deeply, and if there's something that's like a big part of her life, it's apparent to others, because if it's a thing that she loves, she's very passionate about it, and if it's a person that she loves, she cares for them so deeply.
Your special quality, as far as I'm concerned, is that you're my youngest granddaughter, and I've always loved you especially because you were the last. And also the cutest.
You're amazing.
I love your laugh. I think it's so contagious and it's so beautiful and just happy.
I don't know that I've ever seen my mom, Barb, ever be selfish or hurt somebody. Right? She doesn't have a vindictive bone or mean bone in her body, and I think Jenna emulates that aspect of mom more than anybody else I know. I mean, she just radiates caring love and compassion for others.
She's always seemed wise beyond her years, especially when it comes to loving and accepting those around her.
She's passionate about her movies, her music, her dog, her family, her friends, and so it's very easy to feel loved by Jenna because she's just so good at loving things.
It's the way she lights up a room when she walks in, and how everyone is excited to see her, and I'm excited to see her, and despite the fact that there might be a lot of people, she somehow manages to make everyone feel important and heard, and makes everyone laugh.
Jenna has a bright mind, and she is a deep thinker, and she talks openly and often about things that are so important, and that is so refreshing to have in a friend. And I adore her intelligence.
She's very, very, very nice.
You are thoughtful of others. You always make me feel like you love me, and I can't help but love you.
She acts like she likes my humor, and that makes me feel good. And actually Jenna's got a very sophisticated humor, not saying that I do, and it's fun to have somebody to interact with and tease.
My favorite thing about Jenna is your laugh, and it's so contagious. And the fact that you can be so genuinely happy for people. You just always want what's best for your friends and will defend them till the end.
Just her ability to connect with anybody in any situation, can make anyone feel comfortable, can make anybody laugh.
One of my favorite things about Jenna is the way that she says, "Oh my gosh."
The sincere kindness she has for other people. There's been multiple times when she stopped everything she's been doing in her life just to chat, to check to see if I'm okay. And it means the world because she makes you feel like you're the only person in the world that matters at that moment.
She is probably one of the most genuine and most considerate people I have ever met in my entire life.
How much of a good listener you are. You're always listening to me, even when I'm ranting, kind of like I am right now. And at the end, you will give me such good advice or validate me or tell me what I need to change. And I love that about you. I also feel very lucky to know Jenna because she is where the fun is at. She has the best taste in music.
That she's always herself, and because she's always herself, people are drawn to her.
You are an angel to me in my life, and I am so very glad and blessed and fortunate to have you as a close friend and someone that I can feel very open with talking to about any issues I might be going through.
Always has the right thing to say, whether it's something funny or uplifting or something that someone needs to hear at any given time.
If you need anything, you can come to you and you won't judge.
She's so witty. Like, I know she's funny, but every time I say something and she says something snarky back, like, I am surprised all over again at how funny she is and how witty she is.
I love how genuine you are with everyone also. Like, yeah, you joke around and everything, but when you're like actually talking to someone about life and everything, you're so genuine.
Your ability to see the good in everybody. You're a person that doesn't like to talk negative about anybody, and if others are talking negative, you always are the first to point out the positive in the people that are being bashed. I so wish I could be more like you.
You have a way of seeing the world in a better way.
My absolute favorite memory with Jenna Rasmussen was being able to sit by her one occasion on the bus while we were in Jerusalem. And I'm pretty sure that it was when we were on our field trip in the Shvela, which was literal hell. But being able to sit next to Jenna, I laughed the whole time. We were telling jokes, making a list of our most favorite people, our least favorite people, like important people, like famous people, not people that were with us, right? That would be messed up.
There's so many fun memories, but one of my favorite is when we were at your cabin in Bear Lake and it was super late. We were watching the Olympics with Apollo Ono, and we went out onto like the rocky shores and we wrote this huge long song called Hobos in the Moonlight. And if I were a really good friend, I would sing it to you, but I'm not going to do that.
Her perfect childhood when she was little. As a baby and growing up, she's just the sweetest little kid, never gave anybody trouble.
She was very nice at Olive Garden when we went on our special day because she let me get everything I wanted.
It was this last Christmas. It was just me and her hanging out in her apartment. And she was making potatoes, big surprise. And we were listening to CeeLo Green, some Christmas music by CeeLo Green. Just like dancing, laughing, having a good time.
We would like escape and play music together in Jerusalem, and especially the time when we played River, and I messed up so bad, and it made it sound like she was saying a bad word, and then it was just so bad but so fun.
The hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life was with Jenna. We're on a awful roller coaster at Circus, and we both, I don't know, we thought we were gonna die, but...
The thing I remember most about you, my dear, is your willingness to love your grandpa. You've always been such a sweet influence whenever you're around me. You make me feel good. You make me feel good to be a grandpa. And I just love you because you're you and nobody else.
When we drove all over the mountain looking for a campsite and ended up in this random spot up Guardsman Pass, and we just made our own in the coziest little forest, and we set up the 10-person tent, and we convinced the sheriff to let us stay even though it was illegal. And in the morning we had instant oatmeal and we listened to her morning playlist, and it was magical.
You are such a darling. And I remember you as a little girl. There was never a more beautiful child. And I have watched you grow and seen how beautiful you are on the inside, just as beautiful as you are on the outside. We are so proud of you.
Lake Powell circa, 2011 probably. Charlie the Lizard, benefit of the doubt, so much more that is so commonly referred to, and of course the beginning of Amigas Chicas, which you know what that means to me.
We had so many good times being roomies at BYU. I remember so many nights trying to sleep and her just blasting 30-second hip-hop jams, driving me crazy. One time we went to the movies on a Saturday night and we were the only ones there not on a date. When we were in 7th grade and we went toilet papering, just us two, with like 4 rolls of toilet paper, and we thought we were super cool. When we were pep club dance and drill officers together, that was a blast.
The night that we, after on Galentine's when we pulled an all-nighter with Paige and Rawson, and I don't actually remember all the things we did. We went to the hot springs, and we found that drunk lady and gave her a ride somewhere, and then we did all these fun things. And then after that, me and Jenna spent the entire day together after the next day, and that evening we went to Rawson's room and tried to hang out with him, and he didn't want us there, and we jumped on his bed and played that one video game that I forgot the name of, and then we went home to her house and we watched Pride and Prejudice, and we bought all that hummus from the vending machines and ate it together. It's just so fun because it's 48 hours of all Jenna Rasmussen. It was very fun 48 hours.
Definitely when we got stuck in that really tiny stairwell going up to that viewpoint in that church in Jerusalem, you and Kyle and I, and I mean, I'm not even claustrophobic, but I felt claustrophobic in that thing.
Fart soundboard that we did at 1, 2 in the morning. And I don't know why, but it was just so funny. And especially the screaming one. And it was kind of a weird bonding moment, but we bonded, you and Ella, and so that was really nice.
This isn't necessarily a happy thing, but it's probably the thing that means the very most to me. And I can't help getting emotional. But I will never forget the love that you showed me the year that I broke my back. Never once did you roll your eyes at me or make me feel as though I was being too demanding. You always treated me with such love and kindness and always looked for ways to boost me up. I will forever be grateful for your love and sacrifice. And no, I can never repay you for all that you did for me in this last year.
Last summer, she was living at home, and we spent a lot of time together running. I had just had a baby, and Jenna was just humoring me and trying to help me get back into my old habit of jogging and trying to do things for myself like running, and she would come and meet me anywhere to be my running buddy, and we'd have lots of good conversation, and she'd entertain my kids and be sweet to my kids. And
we were in the airport and there was like 50 tables. There's probably more than that, to be honest. And so we decided to do 50 first dates. And so we would spend a couple of seconds at each table and we would like put on this persona, and then the next table we would be a completely different person. So we would go from like the whitest white girl to someone who doesn't know English to an African American, and it was so funny and so fun and random, and there's not a lot of people that you could do 50 first dates with.
When Madeline and Jenna were dancing in the classroom and someone had a Snapchat filter going and Madeline and Jenna were both really fat.
Probably her surfing behind the boat non-stop until her legs get tired. She never falls, she only gets tired.
The look on your face after I would sneak around the corner with either a horse or a zebra mask on, and you would, oh my gosh, your face, it was just so funny. Like, who the heck is this chick? She's crazy.
And I got to go to Lake Powell with her and her family because her family is so awesome, and I got to have Jenna all to myself.
When she fell in the hallway on her way to her apartment running, and she fell, and we reenacted the Good Samaritan story unknowingly, and I was, of course, the one who just stepped over her and laughed.
I think our first test for New Testament, or second test maybe, and we were in the secret classroom, and me and Madeline all ended up being the last one standing.
We went around to the Israeli Museum on one of our first free days in Jerusalem, me, Jonah, and Summer, and we got lost in the museum and we couldn't find anything, and that was the first time I remember hanging out with Jenna, and also going to Lake Powell.
So it was not necessarily specific, but it was the time period when Jenna and I were like the only two single kids at home, and there was Meg and Kimmy were married, and it was just Jenna and I. And I think that was a really cool time for me because I felt like it was the first time that Jenna and my maturity levels were close enough in range that we could bond and talk and have constructive dialogue. And we also had a lot in common during that period too.
And a piece of advice for you as you turn 20, work hard, play hard, obviously. But seriously, treat yourself. You might not think that you're doing anything particularly hard or important, but I think that it's important to take time to recognize the things that you are doing and reward yourself and recognize how amazing you are.
This one is hard because Jenna is like so much smarter and wiser than me, and she's my mom and she's the one that gives me advice.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna make me cry.
Never let anyone tell you how you should be.
Figure out the why behind everything you do.
Get a job during school, use study rooms in the library, and always get Krispy Kreme donuts when they are free.
I feel like she's so much wiser than me, and that it's weird that I'm like trying to give her advice.
Watch more Colbert, and especially watch more Colbert with me.
Continue to never take life too seriously.
To write in your journal as often as you can. Because I know I've been 20 for only 6 months, but I wish that I wrote more things down so I can remember everything.
Read your scriptures, go to the temple, and don't let boys be mean to you.
Experience as many things as you can, like Israel and India. Really excel at what you're passionate about, especially in college. And being passionate and being good at something will open doors that you won't realize.
Set time aside for yourself to come closer to God every week and to strengthen your relationship with Him and focus on Him and you will see so many blessings from that.
Continue to refine her ability to stay patient and also her ability to stay calm. She will, well, Jenna, I guess you're watching this. If you keep those qualities, those things will bless you for the rest of your life, especially when you become a mother and start a family with somebody. Those qualities are by far the most important.
Make as many friends as she can this year, because everybody needs Jenna. Like, everybody needs some more Jenna in their life and needs the light that she brings, and everybody deserves a little bit more of her.
Just know that you are very precious, and you are a precious bonus grandchild. I love you.
Always be ready to fall in love and get married.
To be 100% yourself and to be confident in who you are and what you believe in, because people will respect you for that and learn to come to you for advice because they feel like you know who you are.
I'd like to borrow from a little wisdom of our friend Shakira from the excellent film Zootopia, when she says, try everything, try everything. I really think that we never regret having too much experience.
Oh, and keep making people happy, because you're really good at that.
To work hard every day, and get up the next day and do it again.
To never stop loving books, because they're our best friends, and so is she.
Buy a plunger before you need a plunger.
One is to continue to laugh every single day, because your laugh is extremely contagious and it makes other people so happy. Two, to cheer for the Cougs instead of the U this fall, because we're finally going to get you, beat you, show you who's better, because we are. Go Cougs. Three, to never forget how much people love you, appreciate you, and want you to be happy.
You're planting the seeds right now of what you're going to be doing 20 years from now. And when I see a sweet, innocent girl today, when I look at your mother and see what she's become, I can see what capacity you've got to grow and to develop. And to let the Lord know that you are His daughter, and you know you have special things to do while you're here on this earth. I know you'll accomplish them. Makes you to that kind of a person. I love you with all my heart and soul, Jenna. I just pray constantly for you and for you to understand how precious you are to me and how precious you are to your Father in heaven. Keep doing what you're doing. You'll be great.
One thing that I hope that you know 10 or 20 or 30 years down the road is how much you're loved, not only by your parents and your family, but by your Heavenly Father. Your Heavenly Father has done so much. He gave His only begotten Son, and Jesus Christ and Heavenly Father always will be there for you. Never forget their love for you or their sacrifice. I love you, Jenna. You will always be my precious daughter, and I'm grateful for your friendship, your love and example.
Your 20s are an incredibly fun decade. Don't let any external expectations or personal pressures get yourself down. Live it up. Make sure you have goals that you can check in on regularly, but also set some short-term goals that you can check and be able to pat yourself on the back when you do. But on the other hand, have a long-term goal for this decade.
Let God direct your paths.
To use the cat emojis. The best emojis out there are the cat emojis, so you need to use the cat emojis.
To put herself first and love herself as much as she loves everyone else, because she's like the most incredible.
Happy birthday, Jenna, 20 years old. Wow.
Hey, Jenna, it's your birthday, yeah. Hey, these videos make me feel kind of awkward, but you know who doesn't make me feel awkward? You.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. Thank you. I love you.